Sure, sure, ma'am. It's streaming, ma'am. Reshma,
Yes.
please start.
The only person who is educated is the one who has learned how to change. Good morning, everyone. I, Reshma Singh, student teacher of Army Institute of Education, Greater Noida, feel privileged to welcome Dr. Sanjay Kumar Mishra, Principal, Army Public School, Dagshai, on this principal talk session on the topic requisites for a residential school teacher. Prayer does not change God, but it changes him who prays. With this, I request everyone gathered here to get ready for Saraswati Vandana.
या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणा वरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेत पद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युत शङ्कर प्रभृतिभिर्देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेष जाड्यापहा.
Yeah, great.
Leadership is the capacity to transform vision into reality. With these words of Warren Bennis, I am pleased to invite our visionary, dedicated, and passionate leader, Dr. Tanya Gupta, Principal, Army Institute of Education, Greater Noida, for her welcome address. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Reshma. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the management of the Army Institute of Education, Greater Noida, I extend a warm welcome to Dr. S.K. Mishra, Principal of the Army Public School, Dagshai. Welcome on board, sir. It's indeed a privilege to have you with us here today
Thank
for
you.
the Principal Talk series. And so our institute, as you're aware, is established in the year 2003, and we are into, as passionate as the schools are, we are also preparing the student, the workforce for the schools, the torch bearers and the destiny shapers of the nation. And we are at present, sir, offering two programs, that is the B.Ed and the B.Ed Special Education Learning Disability, and would just like to state the objective with which we organize these principal talk series. So it's just an endeavor that our student teachers connect to leaders, the visionaries, and we are very fortunate that you are here with us today to share your pragmatic experiences on a wonderful topic, sir. I congratulate you for taking the topic on what are the requisites of a teacher in a residential school. And let me also tell you, sir, that we have a range of topics, but this is the first time we are having a topic which talks of how teachers have to function in a residential school. So I'm really grateful to you for accepting our invite, and we look forward for more collaborative associations in the further also within our own organization. My gratitude for you to make it here, and thank you so much and welcome on board, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. For today's Principal Talk session, we are having Dr. Sanjay Kumar Mishra, Principal, Army Public School, Dagshai. He is an eminent educationist with 27 years of qualitative and quantitative experience of learning and teaching. Before joining as the principal of Army Public School Dagshai, he was principal of Ketan Public School, Noida, and was awarded the District Principal Award by SOS Olympiad Foundation for outstanding performance of Ketan Public School children in various Olympiad. He also served as principal of Army Public School, Mehao, Indore for more than 5 years, where he was best known with GOC in C Commendation Award by Lieutenant General Anil Chet, AVSM, VSM, GOC in C on 1st June 2012 for his dutiful and setting an example for the principal of the Army Public Schools. On 20th September 2016, he was conferred with Acharya Devo Bhava 2016 award in commendation for his teaching practices, innovation, and motivation to leaders and outstanding services. A great philanthropist, environmentalist, social worker, Sir has received various awards and accolades from institutes like CBSE, Cancer Aid Society, and various NGOs. For his outstanding work in education for last 26 years, in the year December 2016, Dr. S. Radhakrishna Research and Development Center, Bangalore, recommended his name for honorary doctorate degree, which was conferred upon him by University of South America, Montevideo. Now, I request you, sir, please enlighten us on the topic. Welcome you, sir. Now the platform is all yours.
Uh, Thank you, ma'am, for giving such a wonderful introduction. Before I start all this, let me take this opportunity to thank the principal of Army Institute of Education, Dr. Tanya Gupta, for considering me for giving a lecture or speak on this very important issue, the requisites of boarding school. May I start, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
So you can please start.
Started. Yeah, good morning, friends. I hope I am audible to all of you. Can anyone respond from the audience
Yes,
side?
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Great, great. Before I start all this, I just wanted to know from you, how many of you have read this National Education Policy 2020? Give me the honest answer. National Education Policy 2020. Give me the honest answer. How many of you have read this document? Why I'm saying all this, because these teachers, the aspiring teachers who are going to take away this appointment of the teachers in different schools, you'll be encountering with different challenges as per this policy. You are not that ordinary teacher what we did 30 years back, the B.Ed. Now you are into a new kind of education, so you must read this National Education Policy. Okay, I'll start my this presentation. Okay. I'll start with the quote of Albert Einstein. He said, "The supreme art of teaching is to awaken joy in creative expression and knowledge." Now, this quote is very valid in this kind of National Education Policy 2020. I'll just read out the National Education Policy, the document which I have with me, where they mention about the curriculum and pedagogy in school. Now, what this curriculum and pedagogy in school should be, it should be learning should be holistic, learning should be integrated, learning should be enjoyable, and learning should be engaging. So I'll take that one word of enjoyable. The National Education Policy, the National Curriculum Framework 2005, they have been stressing about the joy of discovery. And if at all, if a teacher is not able to bring the joy in learning, this, I would say, the teaching has not taken place. So the first prerequisite for the teacher, whether you are in the boarding school or the day school, should be you must inject this kind of joy of learning. The children should be able to wait. They should say, yes, Today we have a math teacher, so-and-so teacher is going to come and teach. That kind of excitement the children must have for you people. So please develop this joy of learning in your teaching. See, when I started my career as a teacher in 90s, I was one aspirant for the IAS. I couldn't make the IAS. So I thought teaching is a very easy profession where you can go and teach and then come back. I was wrong. I was wrong because what I could see that teaching requires a lot of hard work, a lot of challenges. You see, you are handling with so many variety of children with different background. And with time, I've learned, maybe I could handle them. And after say about 28 years of my teaching career, I realized this is the most difficult task which you can do in the society, most difficult task of handling. See, many times I am working in the army school and my chairman, my patron, they all are serving army, some serving senior army officers. So at times I just do the argument, sir, look, your way of functioning the army is a bit easy. You have to pass the order. But for me, handling, say, 500 children, 600 children in the houses and the boarding school is a bit difficult, sir. I cannot give orders. I have to plan out something by which I can handle them. So again, I would start with this. It is not that very easy profession. It requires a lot of hard work. It has got a lot of challenges, which every teacher must learn, must acquire that skill to solve it. The great teachers work tirelessly to create a challenging, nurturing environment for their students. That is what I wanted to say you. This challenging part, maybe the principal will not come and guide you. This you have to find of your own. You have to nurture environment. You have to find a place where you can give a comfort to the child. Now, great teaching seems to have less to do with our knowledge and skills than with our attitude towards students, our subject, and our work. Like I have been going for the CSB. If you are in the Army Institute of Education, I'm sure many of you will be appearing for CSB exam. And after appearing for CSB exam, you will be going for the interview, the second stage. In the interview, let me elaborate more on this. There is just 20 marks of knowledge. Out of 100, 20 marks is earmarked for the attitude. It is not that you are very knowledgeable, you will be selected. There are few teachers with moderate knowledge, with average knowledge, but their attitude was so positive, they were selected and they have done wonders in their life. So please inculcate that right attitude towards students, which means whenever the student come to you, you have that kind of attitude to help them. You cannot say, okay, come tomorrow or come day after tomorrow, I am busy, this, that. This you cannot do. Because ultimately a child, the moment he get this answer, can come tomorrow, let me tell you, out of 10 children, 8 will not come. Maybe one would, with a lot of this thing, he will come and approach. So please develop that attitude for the students. Our subject, even after doing post-graduation, even after passing out from the Army Institute of Education, B.Ed, let me tell you, every day will be learning for you. Must have that urge to learn. Must have the urge to modify yourself, change your personality. So that is the most important for all the teachers, aspiring teachers, I would say, and our work. So your attitude is very important. It could be for the student, it could be for your subject, it could be for the organization, it could be for the parents, it could be for the management, it could be again towards the principal. See, principal is the one who will implement the vision. You cannot question the vision of the principal. You have to understand what principal really wants that the school must do or adopt. So have that attitude to adopt. A good teacher loves to put across as much as he can in the stipulated time. See, many of the teachers after 26 years, this is my 14th year as a principal. One big issue for the teachers, sir, time nahi hai, sir. We don't have so much of time. See, this time you have to manage. The management of time, the skill you have to acquire before you enter to any organization. Principal will never give you more than 40 minutes. All that miracle, all your creativity, all your innovation should come in that 40 minutes. You cannot come back to the principal and say, sir, ma'am, I need more 2 periods. No, you have to plan. Planning is the most important task which every teacher must do that. And within that time frame, you cannot take 2 period, 3 period. Yes, if at all, if you're taking 2, 3 period, it means your planning is not that very good. You have to replan your this thing. And the most important part in the boarding school is that we are not, in fact, doing good teachers, only imparting knowledge. We also are the one who are thinking about the nation, building nations, preparing citizens who would impact others globally. See, we in the boarding school are very proud of our alumni. For example, if you're watching Arnav Goswami, he's our alumni. So we proudly we say alumni. Arnav Goswami is one of our students. So we have prepared him for this international level. So that is again the teacher has to keep in mind. Now the word, I'll come to the main, this word boarding. The word boarding is used in the sense of room and board. There are rooms for the classes, and the board, there are hostels for the children to stay. Now, this boarding school concept, it's not a new concept. Traditionally, if you see the history, it's a kind of learner society, and the concept of residential boarding school is not new, as I said. It is just a substitute traditional gurukuls. So what we used to have a gurukul, now it has become a name called boarding school. Otherwise, the concept, the values, the ethics are the same. Such institutions have existed for last many years, and practice of sending wards away from home for better learning, all spares has existed ever since. So the concept of sending the children to boarding school is not just to acquire knowledge. Let me tell you, boarding school where children stay, they have a lot of time for them to learn. And in fact, in boarding school, we create a situation, we create an environment where a child have to learn. Maybe he would do wrong, maybe he will fall down, but ultimately he would learn after 2, 3 because of time which we have, which may be not in the day schools. So residential school, based on that, what I could say, structurally and functionally, they are different from day school. Any residential, if we talk about, in terms of structure, in terms of function, they are different. How they are different, let us elaborate maybe in the next slide. Now in the day school, we don't have the houses. If you can see the houses, the pointer. If you see in the houses, houses are not there. Dining halls, not required. Dining hall is not required. A dining hall is not there. And the best part in boarding school for all the teachers, let me tell you, the community learning which is missing nowadays, that is still existing in the boarding school. The children all together, they sit together, they have their food, and then they go back to the respective houses. Now in day school, what is happening? Only in the morning assembly. Only in the morning assembly, when everybody collects, the teacher, the principal, that is where the community learning takes place. But in boarding school, you would see everywhere this community learning is taking place. And because of this reason, any child who pass out from the boarding school have got a lot of attachment for the school. Lot of attachment. Even after 10 years, 15 years, they come with their spouse, they come with their children to see the school. They want to see the dining hall. They want to have a food in the dining hall. They want to go to the house. They want to see the bed where they were sleeping. So this is all the attachment, the affiliation, which is only possible in the boarding school. So one dining hall, we have a cafe, we have a academic block, infirmary where the doctor is there. Then we have a different block where the children go attend the hobby classes, the sports. So structurally, you would say that boarding schools are a lot different from the day school. Here, the children not only come to the class just for the academic purpose, there are other trait also, there are other learning also, which children do maybe in the hobby classes, maybe in the ground. So house, as I said, it is a house where headed by, there is a warden, there is a matron. House and matron, they are academic, they are not academic staff, they are the administrative staff. In addition to that, there is a housemaster. So it means anyone who feel like joining boarding school, a teacher, in addition to teaching, will be appointed as a housemaster, which means if you are heading a housemaster, you're handling 100 children. And this 100 children, it is a part of your administration. And I have seen lot many times the teachers who really want to aspire principal, we generally prefer the teachers from the boarding school, because they already have handled the 100 children and they have encountered different challenges. So they have a housemaster, dining hall, we have a caterer, infirmary where we have a resident doctor, cafe we have, and then again a miscellaneous store departments, sport department, auditorium, etc., which I will not discuss much in detail. I'll come to the main topic. This is what the structure is. So in terms of, if I compare with the day school, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of manpower, we have more in boarding school as compared to the day school. Now function. The boarding school start with the morning, that is PT, 6 a.m., which means every child has to get up at 5:30. I'm sure a child who is in the day school or who are coming from the home, 50%, let me tell you, they are not getting up at 5:30 or 5 o'clock. The parents are fed up. So the day starts with the, what do you call that, morning PT and the run. And this is what CBSE has been stressing, the Fit India movement. When we were in the school, we have never got this kind of, now the CBSE is stressing, the Sports Authority of India, they have said, every child has to run. Every child has to do physical exercise for 1 hour, which has become a mandatory now. It is because we are so used up with this technology. The children hardly, they have seen the ground. They are not coming to ground. So this already the boarding schools are doing it. So the children get up at 5:30 in the morning. Then we have breakfast. Again, a community where we teach them the table manners, the basic etiquettes, the assembly we have, the way the day schools, then academic classes goes, the way the day schools have, then different activities we have, then the evening prep and the dinner. So it means right from 5:30 till 10, the child is occupied. Whether in the academic, maybe he'll go after the lunch to the house to get his dress changed for the sports, for the games which he want to play, or for the hobby. Then again, for the prep, he has to sit for his own preparations. So child, here you can see the routine is like that, where the child, we have given the situation where the child will go through that situation and would learn all that. So this is what the advantage of boarding school. So all the, as the routine depicts, the children are monitored the whole day by the staff, whether academic or admin. So it serves the very purpose of residential school and helps in the overall development of the child. So it means any teacher who want to join the boarding school must have that passion for the different sports, must have the passion for the hobby classes, where his presence is required. He is not the one who come at 8 o'clock in the morning and leave by 3 o'clock. He's the one who's there right from morning 5:30 till 10 o'clock. I would not say every teacher, but at least once in a month, twice in a month, the teacher must be prepared. And that is what the learning for a teacher also. So there is just comparison which I have made, boarding school and the day school. As you can see, in day school, the time factor is there. The children come at 8 o'clock, leave by 2 o'clock. Then there are few stay backs, maybe till 4 o'clock. Especially the 4 o'clock, the children who stay back are not the one who are going to play the games, are the one who are really weak in the academic. So the time is very limited in day schools. Of course, the day schools, I'm not saying they are doing everything. I was also the principal of day school. But again, the justification which is required to be done, it is not done in day schools. You are giving a 30 minutes period, a 40 minutes period for the games, which is not sufficient. And you cannot accommodate every day the sports period for every class, for every section. I can tell you. But in the boarding school, that facility is there. The child has to adapt one game. And if we take admission in class 5th standard, by the time he come to class 10th, he has already developed that proficiency of that game. Let us say if a child opt for the basketball, by the time he come to class 10th, he has already played 4 years basketball. He has come to that level where he is going to be selected for the state level or where he can go for national level. So that opportunity is there for the child also and for the teacher also. So this is already I have compared the boarding school and day school. There are extra classes, there are games duty. So it means any teacher who want to join the boarding school, if they are good in sports, they are most welcome. And I'm going to show the ad for the boarding school teachers where you will see that most of the good boarding schools, they say, in addition to your eligibility of academic reputation or academic qualification, you must also be proficient in the games or other hobby classes. I'm sure when you people are doing the B.Ed, in addition to your academic, you must be playing some games, because teacher is not the one who just come and teach. Teacher is one, in addition to teaching, is also one who makes the children to play. That's very important. So these are the various activities you can see on the screen, right from the games. We have extra classes. We have identified our weak children in the morning from 6:45 to 7:45. Rather than they go for the PT, they are called for the extra classes that we are taking care. We have a co-curricular activities. Then again, we have a lot of activities where the leadership quality of a child comes out. We are making them a leader also by means of these activities. Then we also have a NDA classes. Let me share to you that last to last year, we were the schools which we used to send the maximum children as proportionate to our strength to the NDA, and we have got a NDA rolling trophy from the Chief of Army Staff also. So we are also inducting, because we are the basic feeder for the Army induction defense. So we are also preparing children for the NDA classes. We hire the faculty from Chandigarh. The faculty comes on the weekend. Rather than the child go to Chandigarh, waste his time in traveling, all the arrangement is done in the school itself, and we are taking care of that. Then educational tools. Recently, our children have gone to the US, NASA, New York. That is again one good opportunity for our children to go and explore this world. So last year, the trip was organized and it was a very successful and learning trip. So CCA, a variety of co-curricular activities are the part of residential school. The inter-house activity, we have English, Hindi, writing competition. So the way the day schools are having, same way we also have the CCA activity, but depending upon the interest, depending upon their likeness, we pick the children and train them in our hobby. We have hobby, every student is expected to select and pursue one hobby. Like we have the best robotics, adult tinkering lab, which the government have already given permission. We also got a permission. We are going to soon start. And like that, we have got reading club. We have got art and craft. We have got a woodcraft. Woodcraft, hardly you would see in any school. We have a woodcraft. So depending upon the interest of the child, every child, the 500 children who are in the boarding, they must devote 40 minutes time, 1 hour time for this hobby classes. Educational tools and tracking, this already we have been organizing, and this is every month the children have been sent to one place, the all that buses facility the school have. So that is again one opportunity. It is not that only the day school children go, even we also plan the way the other children are going. We have NDA classes, that's already I have shared to you. We are organizing these classes and we are taking care of this NDA. Leadership, as I said, we have the children's house prefects, school captain boy, the girls, and by all this, the kind of leadership which they acquire, which they develop through these house prefect, school prefect, which is again an opportunity for the children to develop the skill of leadership. So there are different duties and responsibilities which teachers have to take, especially the boarding teacher. Supervision of morning PT. At 6 o'clock, at 5:30, the teacher is with the traction on the ground waiting for the house children to come. Then prepare students for morning assembly. Again, the teacher is there, it is not the parents. So if in a day school, if there are 2,000 students, so it means there are 2,000 parents, more than 2,000 parents are preparing the student. Here, there is one housemaster preparing 100 children for this morning assembly. There is a warden. So again, the same teacher has been doing classroom teaching. This is again one of the important which every teacher must do. So perform the duties as members of board of officers. We have got a lot of, as in the army, for purchasing anything, for ASTB, all that board where whatever it is formed, there the teachers are the member. So in addition to teaching, they're also acquiring that the quality of the administration, how to handle the paperwork. So they have been trained that way. Organizing educational tools and tracks, ensure discipline in the hostel. So the teacher must ensure the housemaster, the prep teachers who are going, they're also taking care of discipline in the house and during the afternoon in the playground and in the hobby classes. So it means teacher, in addition to teaching, he is going to the houses also. He is in the playground also. He is in the hobby classes also. He is in the prep also. It means everywhere the presence of teacher is there. Organize all co-curricular activities, supervision of games, taking extra classes. So co-student for competitive exam. In addition to NDA, we're also making children to prepare for the GE, for the NEET exam. So it means the responsibility of teacher in boarding school is 100 times, I would say, more than what the teachers are in the day school. And the level of satisfaction for a teacher in the boarding school, let me tell you, with my experience, is much high. Their moral is high as compared to I see in dating school. The belongingness with all this activity, the belongingness for a teacher for the organization is too much, which I don't see in the day school. I may be wrong, but this is what I could see in the boarding school teacher. So this is a few which has been listed down: supervision of PT, prepare students for morning assembly, classroom teaching, supervision of games, attending prep time, organizing all co-curricular activities, ensure discipline in the hostel. So most of the responsibilities what the day schools are carrying, the boarding teachers also carry, in addition to few extra more work. So take extra classes, coach students for competitive exam, perform the duties as members of a board of officers or court of inquiry. So there are a lot of work which is happening in the boarding school, and in each work, the teacher is detailed, the teacher is participating. And they are participating not only as the member of the board, but by doing this, the teacher, he or she is also learning. So we are not just hiring the teachers to train or to teach, but also we are hiring the teachers to teach, to train our boys. At the same time, he himself or she himself is also learning. Her professional growth is also taking place. So it is evident that the duties and responsibilities performed by the teachers and other staff members go far beyond mere teaching the children in the school. They are required to supervise the physical training, the monitoring, take classes during school hours, supervise prep. So during afternoon and pre-dinner sessions, so all everywhere, as I said, the teachers are involved. And it is very rightly said, teachers thus play the role of friend, philosopher, and guide to the students. Let me tell you, when the children, they pass out, there are a few anecdotes which I am sharing to you. About 2 years back, I got a call from US Embassy. I was a bit shocked, how come the US Embassy is giving me a call? So there, just said, I am captain in the US Army. I have recently got married, and I am from this Amritsar belt. Fine, then go. But no, sir, I want to show my wife the school where I've stayed. And still the children who, after passing out, they, if at all, if they want any kind of suggestion, they speak to teacher rather than speaking to the parents. So teacher in the boarding school, it is not just for I would say 4 years or 5 years. Even when the children, they pass out, the kind of trust which the teacher has developed with the student, it still exists. Even after 10 years, 20 years, we have been getting called. So this is the best part for a teacher, I would say. If you really want to be connected to the children, not during the school hours, but even after passing out of the school, the children are connected to our teachers. So what is the role of residential school teacher? Teaching, as I said, this is the basic which every teacher have to do, have to plan curriculum, scheme for work, assess, monitor. This already we have discussed. Whole school strategy and development. So it means any teacher who join whether a day school or boarding school, have to contribute to development, implementation, and evaluation of the school policies, which the principal must be sharing every time, practices and procedures in such a way as to support the school values, the vision work with others on curriculum or pupil development to secure co-oriented outcome, which means any teacher who joined the teaching profession, in addition to the teaching part, which is of course the most important part, the teacher must be in the part of the school strategy and development, must participate in that, must understand the vision, the kind of policy which the management have made. It is to be implemented in the ground. The teacher must, the teacher have to do all that. Health, safety, and discipline. Again, as I'm saying, the most important priority for any teacher is the safe and security, the health part of the children. Now, the government have already issued, the Ministry of Home Affairs have already issued a guideline for reopening of the school. For the reopening of the school from 21st of September. Now, we have also got few children, especially for the army serving people, coming as a day scholar. Now, here the big issue is that now boarding children, if I compare with the day school, the boarding children in the boarding school are much more secure, much more safe as compared to children coming from day school. In the day school, why? Because once the children come to our campus after quarantine, they will be in the campus only. There is no movement of the child to outside or inside. They are safe. But in, you see, day school, after this post, I would say the COVID, what the government is proposing, we doesn't know about the whereabouts of the child, like in the evening time, whether he has gone to home, to what bus he's boarding, where he's going. So all that monitoring part is not there. But in the day school, in the boarding school, all that taking care of their health, the safety part, the security part is much secure as compared to day school. So that, again, advantage of, I would say, the boarding school. Management of staff and resources. Again, as I say, if you're working in the boarding school, you must have that quality to supervise your support staff, because a housemaster will be handling safai wala. Housemaster will be handling the, what do you call that, house attendant. There will be other people, clerk also. So again, an opportunity is given to the teacher as a housemaster to develop his leadership skill and also to acquire that administrative skill also. So that is, again, he should be able to handle all this management of staff and resources. Communication, which is very important. Now, communicate with pupils and their parents. It is their way, relationship between the teacher, parent, and student. And only by working together positively can you help the students achieve the full potential. So it means any teacher who is joining as a teacher in boarding school must be good in the communication, must know exactly what to convey to the parents, what to convey to the principal, what to convey to the students, what to convey to the management. So that communication skill, teacher joining boarding school must be very, very important, let me tell you, that way. So working with colleagues and other relevant professionals, the interpersonal relationship, the kind of collaboration which happens in the boarding school is very important. Any teacher who joined this must understand the meaning of collaboration, must understand how to work with other colleagues and how to utilize the resources available. And that is how the professional growth will also take place for the teacher. Loco parentis. In loco parentis is a Latin term which means in place of parent, and in originally derived from the English common law. But in India, the school adopted this motto in loco parents to describe its dedication towards caring for an education the children in their custody. The school performs duties commonly associated with being a parent. It means, as I said in the beginning also, we as a teacher in the boarding school, we are like parents. In the day school, there will be father, mother helping the child. For one child, there would be two people or one this thing. Here, as a housemaster, as a warden, I'll be looking after the 100 children. So as the role of parent here, the teacher do. So that kind of empathy, that kind of softness the teacher must have to handle this problem whenever the children come to them for any kind of issues. Of course, the counselors are there, but they should be able to help them out. So here the role of parent is again performed by the teachers only. There are a few advertisements which has been, I've tried to show through this advertisement, what are the qualities which the different organizations with different schools are looking for. Now there's a Doon School. I'm sure you must be aware with the Doon School reputation. And this is one of the best elite schools of the country, the boarding school. I'll just read out the ad which they give. The ad is that teachers of chemistry, maths and English, candidates should have a minimum 5 years teaching experience, ideally with IGCSE, ISC or IB board. We are looking for teachers who can turn their subject knowledge into practical, applied and relevant learning. Candidate must also have excellent communication skill and the emotional intelligence to build strong relationship with students, colleagues and parents alike. The Doon School is a fully, so it means what comes out? It comes out that a teacher who really aspiring to become or join the boarding school must have of course, subject knowledge. In addition to subject knowledge, a teacher must be good in what? Communication skill, must be good in emotional intelligence, because he is ultimately going to handle few group of children. The role of parent is also involved. So he should be emotionally balanced. And let me also tell you, when we interview the teacher through CSB, the army selection, there is a 10 marks which is earmarked for the emotional balance. So emotionally intelligent, and again, interpersonal relationship to build strong relationship with students and colleagues and parent also. It means that his collaboration with the student, his collaboration with the parents, with other colleagues should be again good. So that is one prerequisite what Doon School has been asking for the selection of the boarding teachers. Now there's one again very, very good school, Heritage Valley Vidya Ashram, a unique boarding school. They are saying, responsibilities to help children to know and grow their passion in music, art, dance. This is for the activity teacher. But if I come to the subject teacher, teachers to teach physics, maths and English, postgraduate to prepare young children, not only for the better performance examination, but also to assist students to build a strong base for various competitive exams. Now, this is again one school which have a different objective, different from what Doon School was. They want the teachers who join their school must be very good in their subject. In addition to the CBSE preparation or IB preparation, the same teacher who's teaching in the class must also prepare the children for the competitive exam, GE or something kind of like that. So again, a different way of asking the teacher for the boarding school. Now there is a Mayo College, which is in Ajmer. They're asking for teachers for history, geography, economics, Hindi, English, and physical education. They say the candidate should have a postgraduate degree and a BEd degree from a reputed institution and teaching experience of senior classes for at least 5 years in a reputed English medium school. Salary, so they have not, again, they have given last para, candidates proficient in games and co-curricular activities will be preferred. See, there are 10 teachers who appear for the interview, like APA Dagshai. We are the feeder for the Mayo College and the Lawrence School. There are a lot of teachers who come and join this school for 2 years, for 3 years. They train themselves and very easily they get absorbed in the Mayo College with double salary. So they are asking, yes, a teacher must be there with all that eligibility. At the same time, the teacher who is proficient in games, who is good in sports, who's good in co-curricular activities. Let us say I am a bio teacher, science teacher. If I am good in playing basketball, though I may be having little knowledge, but I would be preferred in this organization, Mayo College. So this is again one teacher must have this quality. Then there is again SAI International Education Group, Bhubaneswar. What they are saying, they say the subject wise and seeking teachers who will encourage, foster intellectual activity, which means, as I said, the joy of learning, the creation of innovation among the children, the creative, and most important nowadays with the recent national education policy, now we are coming up with the concept-based teaching. The teacher must have this. So teachers will encourage and foster intellectual curiosity, will take into account the different abilities of students and work accordingly. So preference will be given to those candidates with residential school experience, working spouse, and knowledge of computer. So it means they are saying, yes, you must have the basic qualification. In addition to that, you must be also very innovative in your teaching, creative in thinking, and also should have a knowledge of the IT, the computers. Now, Mayo College girls again, I'll just read out. They are saying that teachers should be preferably in educational or training institute, fine. Then they say the candidates applying for the above post must be having a teaching experience of at least 5 years in reputed English medium school. So again, they have their own way of judging the teacher. But what I could say that in addition to the academic, in addition to your basic qualification, in addition to your subject knowledge, all this part, the skill of teaching you must have. You must be very proficient in your games, must know one kind of hobbies, and must dare to take innovation in your classroom. That is what all these qualities I would say. Daily College Indore, again a very famous school. Now what they are saying, the school is looking for dedicated teaching and senior other administrative staff to provide leadership to the society, to the school by introducing best practices in teaching and administration and ensuring the highest standard of accountability, which means if a teacher joins the daily college, he should be able to dedicate his time for the teaching. In addition to teaching, he should also be able to perform some duty of administration. So if I'm appointed as a teacher in the school, it is not that I'm only called for the teaching. I have to take up some responsibility of administration also. And also to inculcate this, what you call leadership among children. That is one Mayo College, Daily College, which are saying. Lawrence School, they say, Headmore Lawrence School, the applicant C format, they have not specified anything. But again, being a very reputed school, they again go for the same, the attributes, the traits, what I have mentioned about the teachers. There is Sherwood High School, which they say any teacher who join in the boarding school must have effective communication skill. Knowledge of computer is must, and exceptional candidates will also be considered. It means again the communication part has come, the knowledge of computer has come. Now there's one ad which I have given for my own school where I have said in the last para, 10th para, fluency in English and computer literacy are mandatory. So this is what the different ads, and when any school give an ad for the selection part, it's very clear that they give, of course, the basic eligibility, but in addition to the eligibility, they're also looking for other desirable qualification, which we have discussed now. If you try to compare the salary part with other boarding school, I don't think it is now this thing much valid, but I'll just go through. If you see the APS Dagshai as compared to all the APS across the nation, Dagshai teachers are paid more as compared to any other army school across the nation I'm talking about. But if you compare the salary structure of APS Dagshai vis-a-vis with the other leading schools of the country, yes, we are paid less, but the kind of job security, the kind of job satisfaction, the kind of freedom, the kind of empowerment which we have given to the teachers is tremendous as compared to any other residential school. So I will not discuss. So at the last, I'll just conclude with this. Boarding schools today are center for excellence that do not limit a child to academic excellence alone. As I have said, this boarding school, it is not just academic. There's a whole holistic development of child is taken care. And that is what the planning has been done in the boarding school. We take care of the physical growth. We take care of the social development. We take care of their emotional development in addition to the academic part. The kind of environment that most boarding schools provide helps in inculcating a sense of responsibility and character building in a child. So what I could see, the children, if you make 10 children to stand, out of 10, if one, there's a child from the boarding school, you can easily differentiate the kind of trait, the kind of character which he is going to display. So that most important part is the sense of responsibility, because we make them to work for everything. Even for to get a bucket of water, the child has to do. They're in the home, the parents are doing. So it means the sense of responsibility they understand, and character building. They know the meaning of hard work. They know the importance of competition. They know what is the meaning of the failure and success. They have been tasted. That is what we are doing all this. The thrust on co-curricular activities like sports, debates, art, and social work encourages students to discover their hidden talent and understand the importance of teamwork. It is not that a child who joins in class 5th, first year he played the basketball, second year he go to the football. No, in the first year when he start playing the basketball, every day he has to play for 1 hour. By the time he come to class 9th, let me tell you, the children, they go and represent the state basketball team. So that proficiency they have been acquiring with time. Parents who view a child's success purely on the basis of academic excellence may find several fault with the focus of residential school, which is an overall. So it means if you see most of the successful people, maybe in the media industry, maybe in the political industry, you would see a lot of children are from the boarding schools because they have acquired that characteristics. I would say the basic life skill, the skill which is required to be successful in life, that come from the boarding school, which I don't see much in the day school. Success in a sphere can do wonders for a child's self-confidence, which can help him or her in the area that may lag behind. So the confidence level for these boarding school children, it's high. So boarding school today present children with a wide array of opportunities that can help them to find their true interests and excel in them. We have not one or two hobby. We have got about 12 to 15 hobbies. Any one hobby as per his choice, as per his interest, he can take and go to that highest level. Thus, the mission of boarding school is not only to impart education in the classroom, but to help children become better rounded individuals. That is what ultimately aim is. And the most important, before I close all this, I believe I have covered all the aspects of the traits for the teachers for the boarding school. If I would suggest again, I would share all this. If you have a passion in this education, or if you feel, yes, I can look after this child, I can take care of his all his development. And if you really want to professionally, if you want to grow yourself, and the level of satisfaction which you will get, let me tell you, is tremendous in the boarding school as compared to any day schools. So all the teachers, aspiring teachers, you, in addition to your academic excellence, you must be proficient in your communication skill. You must have a knowledge of computer. You must know about the games, the hobbies, and passionate about the children. Please, the national education policy which has come, they say that we will cut down the syllabus, but the teaching must be more of interesting. So this is all from my side. If anyone want to ask something, they are most welcome before I say goodbye to you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable words. Now the platform is open for a curious mind. You can post the question in the chat box or ask them directly.
Is it possible? Let me also understand. Is it possible to know how many of the teachers really they want to join the boarding school? Because say 24/7. Most of the teachers, they really want to let us take a shortcut and join the day school where we have to function or work only for 7-8 hours. Then we have our own time. That is what the mindset. But as a principal of both day school and the boarding school, the level of satisfaction, the kind of learning for a teacher, the kind of growth which will take place for a teacher is tremendous as compared to day school. So I really want to know how many of the teachers are really interested for this. And most important, the salary part is much more as compared to any other day school. Any question from the from student side?
Yes, students, we request you to kindly post your questions, or you can ask them directly to sir and make it more interactive.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, Anamika.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. So I don't have any query, but as you asked, if I want to join boarding school as a teacher, so
very good.
definitely I would like to join a boarding school as a teacher, because teaching is obviously my profession and it will be my profession. And also I'm gonna do a counseling diploma, which in future I want to be a counselor
Very good.
also. So, sir, if I'm doing I'm studying for just to become a teacher, then why would I take a step back, that I cannot do a thing, or I only can work only for 12 hours? Sir, I want to work. It's not about 12 hours or 24 hours. I want to join if I get an opportunity.
See,
Thank you, sir.
Anamika, I have said in the beginning, boarding school teachers require 24 hours commitment. That doesn't mean that 24 hours physically you have to be there. See, it's a time management. Plus,
Yes,
if
sir.
at all, if you start watching the children out of 40 class, maybe you will discover once you come into the teaching profession. Let us say I am also, as on date, I am going to the class and teaching. I know out of 40 children, who are the one, who are the naughty one, I would use this word, who are the one, who are the problem creator. So I have to just keep a track of only the 3-4 boys, not every class. At the same time, in the boarding school, you see, we have made mentors. We have every child has been given the mentor of the same group. He's the one who will come and give a feedback to you. And in boarding school, uh, of course, there's a lot of growth for you. It is not that 24 hours you have to be in the ground. In addition to teaching, 1 hour you have to give for the PT and 1 hour for the prep. But the PT and prep, it is not every day. It is just twice a day. The prep will be once or twice a day. The rest is your time. You will be in the campus, your access to the world. There's no stress of food you are going to have it in your mess, in the dining hall with the children. You have ample time for yourself. Maybe you, for example, AP Dagshai is on the hilltop. You cannot go to mall in the evening. You cannot go to the market every day. So that time you are saving for yourself. You're bound to stay in the campus. And that is how, when you're bound, you would be bound to do something for yourself also, which is again a good in boarding school. Let us say if you are in Noida, I'm sure out in a week, you will go twice to the GIP mall in Noida, sector 18 or some other, you'll hang around. So that is there, which you don't see in the boarding school. I hope I have answered you, Anamika.
Yes, sir. Sir, I
You're
would
from which
like to add
subject?
on in this. Sir,
Anamika, yeah, please go ahead.
yes, sir. So I have never planned that I will be working only for 12 hours. I have never even think of it, because I have planned, if I like you have asked if I will be placed in boarding school, or if we are working in boarding school. So yes, circumstances honge. But sir, like I have planned many things. If I'll be working in school as a teacher, which will be only for 12 hours, or I'll get free by 2 or 3. After that, I'll be definitely joining an NGO or some social work places, because I have worked in an NGO when I was doing my masters also. So I'm really interested in working. I have never even thought of you know I have never planned कि इतना ही करना है या इतने ही hours के लिए
So,
करना है. So
Anamika, who is stopping you?
yes,
Let
sir,
me
that's
tell
what
you,
I'm
we have
saying.
been appreciated by the CBSE. We did a very good work on awareness about the child labor. If you visit my
Yes, sir.
school, if you see my website, you will come to know the teachers were the one who got involved. The NGOs were contacted, and we made a lot of work in this social work, social awareness.
Yes.
So who's stopping you? That's what I said. Your creativity, innovation principle will never stop. If we are doing something for society, if you are doing something good for the organization, we are there to promote, we are there to help you out. It's always you keep, since you are very young, you are not come into this profession, You'll realize all this after a period of time. And of course, in the initial period, you have to work hard. And let me tell you, after say 10 years, 13 years, the gateway will be open for you to become a principal. And principal is one who is heading the organization. All the vision of that, how the school would be, how the college would be, it comes from the principal only. And the level of satisfaction which you are going to get when you become a principal is tremendous. So it is not this end. And that is possible only when you work hard, you understand the meaning of education, you devote your time for the children, and that is possible only when you join the boarding school. Anamika, have you heard me?
Yes, sir, I have heard you.
Otherwise, you are from which school?
Sir, I have,
You are from which subject?
sir, social sciences and English.
I am looking for social science teacher. You come, you send your resume, I'll observe you, I'm going to pay you 40,000. You give me, you name any school which is offering 40,000. In that 40,000, I'm going to give you a house, I'm going to give you free of food, and I'm going to again make you free time this thing. You come and join. You send your resume, I'll speak to your principal.
Thank you so much, sir. I'll be glad and I'm really thankful of yours. I'll definitely send you my resume.
I have worked in Noida. No school, a new teacher will be offered so much of money, but I am offering you.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, it is like my luck.
And all these teachers who are in the second year, first year of their B.Ed, please apply CSB. CSB is going to come in the month of the ad. I'm sure your principal must be giving all the details. And through CSB, there are a lot of vacancy keeps on coming. Especially, I'm talking about boarding schools. You come and join and see, explore this, what do you call that, education. Then you will realize there are too much work to be done, and you all have that freedom to do, until unless if you don't trouble your organization or your principal. But let me tell you, all that principle under which you are going to function or work, they all would love to help you out. Nobody will poke their nose, no, don't do this. We are here to support you people. But only thing is that passion is required to function and bring some changes in the personality, in the life of the children. And the most satisfying person after say 28 years is a person like me. There are children who have settled in US, in London, and they all, when they come in the Facebook, when they speak to me, it's the most satisfying, let me tell you. It is more than what earning I have done. It is more the services which I have given to the children and the kind of love and respect which I get it from them. It's a tremendous.
Yes,
Sir, I would like to ask one question. I am Ajay Sharma.
Please.
Sir, as I was in class 11th, I start giving tuition. And as there are many people who think that teaching is just a back profession which always keep this profession as their back. But I keep this profession as my first priority. And those people are very what I could say, that those people are very lucky that they make their profession as their passion. And sir, really, I would like to join this boarding school as my profession. But sir, for that, I would like to know that what is the eligibility criteria for the part of APS Dagshai?
There is no as such special eligibility criteria. It is simple. For TGT, the graduate with B.Ed. And for PGT, it is postgraduate of that particular subject with B.Ed. For PRT, again, graduate with B.Ed. You must qualify the CTET for TGT and PRT, or the TET which the state government is organizing. In the boarding school, as I said in the beginning, in addition to your educational qualification, we'll look for other traits, like how you are physically, whether you have played any game or not, whether you are interested in hobbies or not. So there are a lot of parameters which we see. We see your leadership skill. When we are assessing the teacher for in the interview, we see the emotional balance, we see the attitude, we see the communication skills. So there are lot many parameters which we judge. So that is how the teachers are selected in the boarding school. And once you say ki, no, sir, I am interested, I have got this game, I can assist the school in preparing the basketball team or the hockey team, we would love to observe you. You may be a little bit not that very good in academic, but we would love to observe you. That is the most important part. The second part which you said, key in teachers are the one who are rejected one. Those who don't get anywhere else, they come and join us in teaching. But if you read the national, again, I'm saying education policy, the top people who have framed this, they have taken care of this, and they said, teaching is not that profession where teacher go, deliver and come back. Teaching is more than that, because you are taking care of all round development of a child. So it is the kind of course which they are going to formulate, the kind of integrated course which they are going to do in the coming years will be I would say, will be a big boon for the in education sector, especially for the teaching part. It is not that anyone can go and do the B.Ed and get absorbed in the school. It is only those people who have got a passion for teaching, who have got a love for the children. They are the one who will be joining the courses of very high quality and getting to the school. I hope I have answered you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. I think the children are not that very keen to ask you more, but it was a nice, and once again I should thank principal for giving me chance to put forth my points, because as a principal of boarding school, I am looking for really dynamic teacher. I have used the word dynamic because not that one teacher who's stable, who has various array of personalities. So, and the people who are interested, my school mail ID, my school website is APS Dagshai, www.apdagshai.org. You're always welcome. As I said, I need a social science teacher, but this social science teacher will be ad hoc, because local management has got no authority to give a regular appointment. You can apply stateway, you send your resume. Since your institute is very reputed institute, I'll already take the chairman into confidence. I'll give this appointment. You serve here for 4 or 5 months and then understand the meaning of the whole functioning of this boarding school. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Reshma, please.
So I'll just like to add here, sir. First of all, thank you so much for adding so much of value and a new dimension, and also offering to our student teachers an opportunity through this platform to join APS Dagshai. And so you'll also be happy to know that our institute itself is a residential campus, and all our student teachers are 100% into the campus, and therefore there's plenty of training and time for them to really understand what are the requisites of being at a residential school.
Yes.
So just reiterating your viewpoint, I think the attitude, the entire passion to innovate, to love children, these are, I think, the prerequisites, so rightly said by you, more than being knowledgeable and content, because knowledge and content can certainly come through practice and, revisiting the things again and again. But I think the entire flame is the passion and the spirit to innovate.
Yes.
And yes, as you say, in the residential school, it's a 24/7, not physical presence, but mental presence, the care, and that is there because our campus also has teachers staying on residence. Most of them are here, and all our student teachers are 100% in the campus, so they understand. And all the activities that you say, that sports or whether it is creativity or it's arts, so all of them is given to them through the clubs and through various. There's not a single day at our institute where they're not, doing something new.
Great,
and
great.
Sometimes they do get fed up. They say there are a lot of activities at AIE, पढ़ाने लिखाने के अलावा इतना काम कराते हैं. So I'm sure student teachers, you really understand this is what takes you far, because you never know what you're practicing today and what you're learning and innovating today will give you an edge over another teacher or another student teacher who has not had the exposure. Of course, you know how B.Ed colleges operate in our country. Most of them, operating in a non-attending mode. And you being all Fauji wards and getting into a Fauji system and living into this kind of environment, you certainly have an edge.
Yes.
The more you toil, the more you learn. So you can only, I just add words to sir is you can just, become a sun when you burn like sun. So you have to toil, you have to endeavor, and you have to innovate. And once it gets into your blood, uh, things automatically happen. Principals automatically identify who are the workers and the non-performers.
Yes, yes.
So you'll always have an extra edge. You'll always have an extra edge. Being apart from the APS system, being a part of the Army Institute of Education, you'll certainly take over the others. I'm very sure. And it's been a wonderful session, sir. Hearing you, thank you, sir. And over.
Welcome, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Take care, madam.
Thank you, sir.
We will be in touch, ma'am. And please motivate your teachers to join APS Dagshai. I can guarantee that after 10 years, they'll become principal. That kind of training we'll give. Okay, madam. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, we'll take just 2 more minutes.
Fine, ma'am.
Yes, Reshma, please carry on.
Thank you, sir, for this informative, practical, and insightful session. No duty is more urgent than that of returning thanks. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. For vote of thanks, I call upon Mrs. Kriti Guleria, Assistant Professor, Army Institute of Education. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Reshma. Good afternoon, sir, principal ma'am, colleagues, and dear student teachers. I, Kriti Guleria, on behalf of management, principal, and entire team of Army Institute of Education, extend my heartfelt gratitude to you, sir, for graciously accepting our invite and for apprising our student teachers with their sense and ethos required to be a residential school teacher. I thank you again for taking out time from a busy schedule and interacting with future teachers on the issues and aspects which are so pertinent to the teaching profession, sir. I wish that your valuable assertions are pursued earnestly by them.
Thank you.
So looking forward for enduring academic association with you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, and Jai Hind.
Thank you, ma'am. Freedom and bravery. There's a reason we sing of them in our national anthem. So I request everyone, please get ready for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir, for joining us. Now I request everyone to kindly leave the meeting. Thank you, all of you.